All right, GladrapChannel, you're with Benjamin Thomas Watts. How you doing, Benji?
Doing good. I've got a nice chair, nice red chairs. Nice and relaxed. Thanks for having me.
What do you think of the press conference just before?
You know, I still kind of like, I've been to a few press conferences and I'm still having a problem where like, need a little bit more like grit into it. It's like someone like push each other, they respect each other too much. It's like, push each other, throw a punch or something, you know. They make it more entertaining.
Yeah, they were a bit too nice to each other, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the MC was trying to egg them on a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, it didn't work.
Yeah. So, any predictions for the? Actually, why don't you go? Any predictions for the undercard and for the main event?
Ooh, I really shouldn't. No, I really can't because like then they'll be playing favoritism. But in saying that though, my prediction for the main event has actually changed 3 times. Since the fight has been announced, just purely by my interactions with them and how I've been seeing them and all that. So my prediction has changed throughout the whole build up to the event.
Okay, but are you willing to tell us what it is?
No. I'll tell you what my prediction was after the event.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But it is changing. So you mean you were leaning one way and then you went the other?
And it has changed a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's a 50-50?
Well, I think it was also because like when both of them had their surgeries, that changed my prediction as well.
Okay. So that's like a major point in the story.
For me, yeah,
Okay.
because like I was leaning towards one side before Junior got sick. I'm not saying who was side, but before Junior got sick, I was leaning towards a side.
Okay.
And then they both got surgery at the same time. Then after that, I saw more focus on both of them, and then that changed my prediction. And then it changed again since then. So either way could actually go either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now you got something exciting to share with us about Rainbow Promotions. Your
Rainbow Boxing New Zealand. So
Yeah.
as you know, I've done Rainbow Boxing. I've done 2 events in the past, and they've been corporate / pro events in the past, and that was under my BTW Promotions umbrella, and then I changed it to Rainbow Boxing umbrella. So now I'm focusing on doing Rainbow Boxing New Zealand, and I'm going to be creating a non-profit organisation that will be focusing on doing an annual LGBT focused event that will happen in February, which we're going to call Rainbow Gloves. It's the similar concept to Golden Gloves, but it's but we're going to have a focus in the LGBT community. But because we when I say we have a focus on the LGBT community, it doesn't mean I'm excluding anyone from competing at the event. We're actually open to anyone competing as long as you're either classify yourself as a straight ally, for instance, where you accept the LGBT community and like you're supporting them and stuff like that. But we're not going to discriminate or exclude anyone based off sexuality, gender identity, the sex of your birth, religious beliefs, political beliefs, or anything like that. We're actually fully open for everyone to compete, as long as you're, open to the happy and open to LGBT community.
And how did this come about? This idea.
The idea came about because the World Gay Boxing Championships is happening in 2023. We have a few LGBT boxers, as you know, Giovanna Perez, who's the world champ before she retired as the world champion. We got Diane Besley, who's a professional heavyweight boxer, but we've got no one in the amateur ranks that's openly LGBT or gay or anything that or not has spoken to me. So I thought to myself, I need to create some sort of pathway that will lead into the World Championships and start getting people more qualified. And also, it's a championships as well, so it's creating pathways for everyone as well, giving more opportunities for not just the community, but for all boxers in New Zealand.
Okay, so your main event, your event is still a while away, right?
My plan is we're going to do it every February from starting next year. and we're going to have the finals the day before Big Gay Out. The reason of that is so that we get that maximum possibility of attendance, because everyone will be coming to Auckland to go to Big Gay Out anyway. So if we have that before the Big Gay Out, then we've got all that audience in Auckland anyway. So this kind of went well. And one thing I have to note, I've been with this event, I've actually had meetings with Boxing New Zealand and Auckland Boxing Association, and they've both actually sent their full support of the event and to hope that this will be quite successful, and they're happy for it to continue forward. I also spoke to a lot of gyms around the country, especially in Wellington, Taranaki, New Plymouth, Hamilton, a couple in Auckland, and there's gyms all across the country, and just to get like a good solid base to see which gym could be LGBT friendly, rainbow friendly. Because like I'm not going to send anyone who comes to me saying, hey, where can I train, and send them to a place that is not very accepting. So I've had lots of conversations. I've got like good headquarters in each major region for people to go to. So that's also a good plus as well.
And what kind of role do you play? So you're the promoter of a Rainbow Boxing promotion?
Well, this is going to be like a non-profit event. So this is going to be a charity, like an incorporated society. So we'll be having like a full board. Any money that we raise will be going towards the next event, and we're paying directly into making sure the events get bigger and bigger. So in a financial sense, that we're not actually trying to make profit. We're trying to make sure that we have something stable for to make sure these events keep on going, and possibly even doing multiple events per year. I mean, I had a conversation with one of the Auckland judges, said that they were trying to set up a Māori and Pacifica tournament in Auckland for like a Māori Pacifica championships, and they got shot down. So maybe if this tournament goes well, we might be interested in going down that avenue as well. And personally, not a lot of people know, I'm actually Māori as well. I'm from Ngāpuhi, from up north, which I only recently found out that I have that lineage through my family. So it's maybe other scenarios that we could raise funds for and put towards those events to create more opportunities for the communities.
Okay.
And for my role, I'll be probably, for now, as the creator of the organisation, and probably, if they want me, if this organisation wants me, become chairman for it for a while and see where I can actually take this organisation too.
Okay. And you do have a lot of experience with boxing events, like you're either coordinating them or you're helping, you're somewhere behind the scenes, or you're helping with the matchmaking or giving.
Well, I started in 2014, which is how long ago is that? 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
And that was just me doing BoxRec, the editing, and then in 2015 I became a judge for New Zealand Professional Boxing Association, and I slowly became a matchmaker on top of that. Grew my contacts, and then I did my first show as a solo promoter in 2016, which honestly it did actually financially fail, but it created it created a pathway for certain boxers. I mean, from that event we had Nailini Hilu, we had who's fought lots of boxers like Lani Daniels and Auri Malasia. Sarah Long was on the show, who's gone on to be 10th in the world in the WBC. And I actually found out recently that Giovanna actually attended that event as well, as just a fan. So, like, lots of connections came from that event, and I was actually quite proud that certain things came from that. A couple of years after that, I did co-promoted with Terry Batchelor and Vasco, which had, again, Diane Besley versus Ashley Campbell, and Samesi Kalu versus Conrad Lamb. And that event was successful, and I was very happy with that. And we had like the chats with Lani Daniels and Giovanna on that show as well, and helped Giovanna promote her to the point where she became world champion. Excuse me. And yeah, I've done quite a bit with the boxing community, so big resume, you could say.
Yeah, I know.
And now, like, I've becoming the first openly gay boxing judge in the world. I've taken a step back from that after becoming, reaching that 100th professional boxing fight as a judge. And
congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I've now focusing directly with the promoters and the boxers themselves, because I got too tired of the politics surrounding the being official, and this, you know, with cancer and all that I was going through for 6 years, I just got too tired, and I just wanted to help the boxers directly. And that's why I did lots of stuff with GladrapChannel and New Zealand Fighter.
Mm-hmm. And you know, we've seen you recently do some interviews. How are you enjoying that? How do you find that?
I find them very entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if like you go up to Joseph Parker and say, "Hey, you should be a transvestite," that's entertaining as. The thing is like I openly say this. I like to be different with my interviews that I do with other people. Like with Joseph Parker himself, I was not only trying to get facts from him, but I wanted to get a laugh and, you know, get a little bit of a background as well. And that's what I like to do with all my interviews. I go for more of the entertaining factor as well as talking about the facts of the boxing side as well. I mean, I know that people say, "Oh, go back to the boxing." I think that's one of Kendall Cooper's lines, and back to boxing. But, you know, I like to have fun, and that's, I think Joseph Parker himself, he had fun with that interview, and like other people who's had those conversations with me had fun as well.
Mm-hmm. It was an interesting watch as well, you know, to see a different side, you know, than your typical usual kind of interview.
Yeah, well, I like to be flamboyant.
Yeah.
You should have seen me when I was 18. When I was first going out in the clubs, I was actually literally wearing glitter all
A big
across.
Lady Gaga fan as well.
Big Lady Gaga fan,
Yeah.
but as I got older and going through life experiences, I just calmed down a bit, even though some people don't see me as calm, but this is me calmed down. And I've become more mature and like processed, I've gone through a process with myself, and now I'm just like more settled down. Even like when I'm being entertaining and flamboyant on camera, and yes, I do have my sexual innuendo jokes, it's still a little bit more processed than it used to be. Like a lot less sexual jokes now, I think, now I think about it, and like more about the boxing and entertainment factor.
Yeah, it's a learning experience, right?
Well, do you remember my first commentary with Isaac Savage, which is on my TikTok page now? It's like, Isaac Savage, I don't even remember what I did at 19. I said to him, it's like, I remember what I did at 19. I was on Grindr on a daily basis. In which Isaac just went full red, like, I kind of broke the straight person. So, yeah.
Alright, so now so you got something to look forward to, something to build, something to grow.
Well, I've gone through cancer, and I live with fibromyalgia on a daily, throughout my life, which, for those who don't know what fibromyalgia means, it's a chronic pain and fatigue illness that affects your moods, your sleeps, your pains, your nauseas. It's quite similar to having cancer almost, because I got very similar symptoms. So I've always had a struggle throughout my life, as well as being dyslexic as well, as you probably could have picked that up with my speech every so often. And my thing with how I go throughout my life is I always have something to look forward to, and that's always pushed me to go beyond what I wanted to do. So I guess creating this for me is gives me something each year to look forward to, pushing towards something. And with Rainbow Boxing New Zealand, that's now become my baby. So yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing this. To see what you have. The show and in Feb, and there's a lot to look forward to. So do you have a message like for people out there that want to get involved and want to help out, or? So
first thing is that we're all doing this as an amateur boxing event. So you can't just go to Les Mills or Jet's gym, or go to your local gym and say, I did some weights, some cardio, and punched the bag, I'm a boxer. We're not going to do that because it's dangerous. So what I want if you're very interested in becoming a boxer, an amateur boxer, please get in touch with myself or Rainbow Boxing New Zealand, and we'll get you contacts to a local amateur boxing gym that's accredited and certified by Boxing New Zealand, and we can get those things set up, and the sooner the better, because you need as much training as possible, especially for those newbies.
True. And and even if anyone wants to help out or
I'm still I've only just got my constitution together for the non-profitable organisation, so we're looking for people who would be interested in being part of the board, who's got some expertise in certain areas that they think they can share with us. We'll be interested in assigning people on to become members and be part of the board. So get in contact with me, and we can actually have a discussion and see where we can take this organisation far.
All right, Benji, we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to more interviews from you and just more of your content, all the articles you write. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. I am Mr. Controversy. Benjamin, Mr. Controversy Watts.
All right, thanks, Benji.
Thanks.